Welcome to Rising Tide Startups, where we chat with startup founders and solopreneurs just like you from all over the globe. During our chat today, picture yourself starting your own startup journey. If our guests can do it, you can too. Every episode of Rising Tide Startups is sponsored by Podbrand Media. Let Podbrand create and host your company-branded podcast. Learn more at podbrandmedia.com. Hey guys, this is Rising Tide Startups. I am the host, Kevin Prewett, and this is going to be a unique episode. We're going to just have a bit of a reset here. So it's been a while since I posted an episode. I've been traveling a lot and been focusing on some other projects, but I want to consistently make sure that we're posting at least 2 episodes a month with Rising Tide. One thing that's really kind of been weighing on my mind and my heart about this podcast is, why is this a unique podcast? Why is this different than any other startup podcast out there, or podcasts that talk about, founders or talk to founders and CEOs about the companies they're trying to build? The unique thing that I want to really focus on moving forward is, what is that transition step? What's that catalyst that says, you can move from that cubicle to starting your own thing? And I want to really highlight people that have kind of taken that step, focus on that step in the journey, because you can have people on all different levels of the scale, all different steps and stages of the journey. But if you are trying to learn from someone that is too far ahead of you, it's hard to make application of the lessons that they've learned. But if you find somebody that's just slightly ahead of you on the journey, on the path, then I think it's a lot easier to identify with that story, to put yourself in the story that's the hero of that story. And that's what I really do want to focus on moving forward. So those are the type of guests that we'll be looking for. If you know someone, or if you are, kind of fit that profile, that ideal client profile, then please reach out to us. Just send an email to kevin@risingtidestartups.com, and love to get back with you and just see if you're a good fit for the podcast moving forward. I really want to focus in that area, and because those are the people that have helped me the most. Not that I am stepping out of the cubicle completely, because I still have a day gig. I have a full-time day gig that I love and I am very engaged in. But on nights and weekends, versus watching Netflix or just chilling, I do want to be working on something that is somewhat productive. So, I've done that in the podcasting space. You have your own space, whatever that passion project is that you want to work on. That's what we want to do, is just inspire you to, take that next step, help you along that journey, learn from lessons and mistakes that other people have made, including myself, that I think would be maybe helpful for you in your journey. And really just build a community around that, a community that is an encouraging community, a learning community, one that can give feedback or a critique when necessary, but would be very helpful. So, harsh feedback is rarely helpful, but feedback that is a critique of the problem and a way to move forward is really, I think, a lot more helpful. So this is where we're at, kind of taking a shift here. We focused for a while on those that were creating or had created virtual assistant agencies, which was really an interesting focus. I look back at the different areas that we've looked at different times. I mean, we focused on Australian, founders. We focused on, those that were more in the tech space. We have focused on those that are just getting started. We've focused on a whole different variety, more than 300 podcasts to date, more than 30 countries that we've talked to, probably more than 300 founders. Man, it's been a journey. Everything that I've done that is this side gig that I've monetized from side gig is a direct result of starting this free podcast. I've never monetized Rising Tide Startups, but everything was built on the back of that and through the network and the community that we've built around that. So I am very grateful for our faithful listeners. I'm very grateful for those that have shared, the links to podcasts and shared in their own networks. And prior guests that we've had on that have been very faithful in sharing the episode links, and just looking forward to what the future holds and the stories that we'll bring to bear in this podcast moving forward. So buckle up. Looking forward to some really exciting stories, but stories that are very much early stage, very much maybe more side gig focused instead of full-time gig focused, and it's just gonna be an exciting time to hear the stories of those that the majority of us can really identify with. So thank you again for listening. Thank you for all you do, and looking forward to a great future. Every episode of Rising Tide Startups is sponsored by Podbrand Media. So you started your own company or branded podcast, and now it's fading. Let Podbrand give it new life. Check out podbrandmedia.com to learn more. We hope you heard some great takeaways and are now ready to take action yourself. As always, thank you for listening and helping all boats rise in a rising tide.